When the left loses an election, yes, they grumble about it and they say things they shouldn't, like he's an illegitimate president. They don't actually try to stay in office. Kamala Harris.
Hang on a second. Bill, if Hillary Clinton and the Democrats got their way when they were challenging Trump and saying he was an illegitimate president in 2016, and they somehow got that bullshit Steele dossier to somehow, which was, by the way, all completely nonsense.
You watch too much Fox News.
No, I don't watch Fox News at all.
Yes, Zachary destroyed Maher to a level I never saw coming. Zachary is a Hollywood actor who has now turned against these woke people. When I look at the whole video, like, I see Maher doing this frequently, but I ask myself why. The only thing I appreciate him is bringing in people he disagree with, though at a certain point he looks stupid.
Have grace with people because they are also in their hearts. They think they're voting for the right thing. They think they're fighting for the right thing.
No,
they've just been deceived, you know.
Again,
and maybe we have.
I think, MSNBC is a giant problem at this point, but don't tell me that Tucker Carlson isn't.
I don't know that Tucker Carlson is more of a problem. I think Tucker Carlson might be. No, seriously, hear me out.
Oh, it's okay.
Tucker Carlson is at least saying things he actually believes and that I think he's done a lot of research.
We actually have proof that is not the case because you must have seen this story. You seem so well informed.
I'm pretty well informed, but I don't catch everything.
You're very well informed.
I don't catch everything.
Okay. It came out, his text came out in the lawsuit. I mean, Fox News had to pay $780 million. You remember this after the 2020 election? Because they claimed falsely about election stealing stuff that Trump had trumped up to get them to say, and Tucker Carlson, we have his private text where he's saying that he absolutely doesn't believe this. And he's savaging Trump. So that's how we know he's full of shit, because we have it. We have the actual text in complete diametrically opposition to what he was saying on the air about, Dominion voting systems and all this bullshit that they tried to. And again, this is the main difference between the left and the right here. When the left loses an election, yes, they grumble about it and they say things they shouldn't, like he's an illegitimate president. They don't actually try to stay in office. Kamala Harris.
Hang on a second. Bill, if Hillary Clinton and the Democrats got their way when they were challenging Trump and saying he was an illegitimate president in 2016, and they somehow got that bullshit Steele dossier to somehow, which was, by the way, all completely nonsense.
You watch too much Fox News.
No, I don't watch Fox News at all. I legitimately do not watch Fox News.
Well, you're getting this.
Hold on a second.
Yes, having an honest conversations like this is extremely important. Maher pointing fingers at Fox News Tucker Carlson, to me, is ridiculous. Why can't he point at CNN? Because they don't report the truth. They do one-sided thing. Reason he cannot say that. There is one thing. I don't want to defend the left or the right. They all do things sometimes that are not right. Nobody is perfect, but according to Maher, their side is always right. He cannot acknowledge that they do things that are not okay. This man is pointing out what we all know, but Maher cannot accept it. It is crazy.
Did they not all think that he was a Russian asset, and that Russia had fixed the election? Okay. Was that not what they were saying?
Okay, but I got to explain to you the difference.
Was it not?
And then we don't have to talk about this all night. I will. But here's the difference. 2016, Trump pulls an inside straight and wins the Electoral College.
Yeah.
Hillary acknowledges this happened, concedes the election before the cock crows the next day. Same as this time. Kamala Harris conceded the election, said, I lost. There's no lawsuits. There's no demanding recounts. There's none of this bullshit. I trust the system, and I say the other guy won. Now, what happened after that, the Russia thing, first of all, that's completely debatable. But if you really think that there's some sort of equivalency here between after the guy who you admit won the election is in office, carping about him, saying, oh, the election was unfair because of this or that. That has gone on throughout history. But nobody has done what he did, which is he still has not conceded the 2020 election. Took it to court 63 times, was laughed out of court 63 times, pressured the Justice Department to not, asked his supporters to march on the Capitol.
He didn't ask them to do that.
Okay, but
and also he requested the National Guard, and it's been confirmed that he was denied by Pelosi.
But the point is that by not conceding the election.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the way to 100K subscribers. I really appreciate it a ton. Let's get back to the video.
I never saying from November, whatever day that election was, November 5th or something, to January 6th, he had 2 months to say to his supporters, yeah, we lost. We'll come back next time. You don't win them all. Like every other president and candidate ever did, including when it was possibly not kosher, like Nixon in 1960, Al Gore in 2000, but they did it. They came out and said
after a recount.
If you don't get why that's completely different than whatever you're trying to say is an equivalency,
hold on a second.
Then I can't talk more about this. I just have to accept this. Let me
clarify though.
But it is.
I'm actually not. But I'm not trying to excuse all of that.
It's as
really
crazy
not. I'm not
as
saying. I'm not saying
men
that
can have babies on the other side.
That's straight getting into science and biology.
No, but it is.
No, there's a lot more nuance than that in this.
No, there isn't.
Hold on, Bill. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Nuance.
I'm not saying that the way that he took that was the right way to do it. I agree with you. I don't think he should have done it that way. If he actually thought that the election was being stolen, he should have done something else about that as opposed to getting lost in his ego, which he did.
Yes, I understand that these people just like to be in their echo chambers where they spread their own propaganda and they are comfortable with it. I don't know if Maher actually observe what has happened into some places, counting this vote till maybe after even 20 days. And we saw what happened in Pennsylvania, where some people actually wanted to go into recounting. I saw a lot of videos. I think I reported on that. Maher cannot see that as a problem. Now, going back into this issue of saying, oh, Trump does not concede in every election, sometimes you can have things like that happening. If you are not sure that this thing actually went against you, you need to question it. There is no crime in that. Kamala realized there is nothing for her to complain because Trump won her on a level that she cannot just contest or talk about recounting. Just imagine if Trump won Kamala by, let's just say, 1,000 votes, you could have seen things like that. Recounting. A lot of things could have happened. When you defeat someone to a level that they cannot even say a word, they need to shut up. What happened in 2020? I don't even want to go back into it.
I ain't mad.
We good. Don't worry about it.
I ain't mad at you.
I love this show.
Me too. And but again, I'm the man in the middle. I feel like I'm the perfect one in this country to bring us together because I never get mad at anybody. The right loves me because I'm able to, when the left needs to have a knife put in their gut, they all say this to me. Nobody does it like you, Bill, because I know them. And also I can do it better. I mean, they don't have any great comedians on the right. It's okay.
I beg to differ on that.
Like who?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think people that appeal more to conservative audiences.
Who's a great right-wing comedian?
Are you saying that's doing political stuff or that
Dennis Miller?
Dennis Miller's.
I mean, he's
fantastic.
A fantastic. I mean, just as a practitioner of.
But I guess I wasn't thinking so much politically right as much as I think conservative, like a Nate Bargatze to me is a genius.
Thank you guys for always been there sharing on my videos. If you notice, news is slow, but I struggle every single day to bring you information happening in around you And there are people still complaining like I'm too slow. When I'm speaking, it's like I'm singing. So I don't understand what to do again. Please, if you have any suggestion, drop under the comment section.
It's mind blowing.
It's so bananas. Like even
And you don't get to dictate.
For you to even think of.
When I look at my life right now and I ask myself, which political party has made my life worse? It's not the Republican Party.
He was doing the Trump dance, and I'm sure you've seen that evolve over the last. As you look right there, how do you describe your husband's dance moves?
Oh, this is very special and unique dance.
It is, right? Trump, did you give him any tips? Like in the beginning, it was low, and then it was up high, and now there's a golf swing.
No, he's coming all on his own.
Have you ever done the Trump dance? You are Mrs. Trump.
I did not.
It's
a very good chance of that.
Many years ago. Then the decisive result of this election gives us not just an answer to the question as to what Americans want to do.
Let's keep validating the same outlets that continuously undermine us at every single turn.
Dear Mon Pa MAGA. United States.
It was an excellent conversation.
Justin Trudeau broke the border. We didn't have these problems before Justin Trudeau.
Does anybody else think it's funny how Donald Trump has officially done more for Canada and he's not even in office yet?
I had a good call with Donald Trump last night again.
Trudeau is at the end of his time.
The Prime Minister dances while Montreal burns.
Mass officers and the Prime Minister was nowhere to be found.
Have a nice Sunday.
Doing this. That's what she did.
NBC News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House.
And Donald Trump will be our next president.
Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
Donald Trump likes my music.
Please register to vote.
Look at this. She's only up by 15 points.
Caught Taylor Swift.
Yeah, this song is kind of...
Faith in the rule of law.
Also celebrating was a man who was celebrating